He'll have Adam Ubergang starting alongside him, then Flack and the defending champ right behind them on row 2. Points leader Craig Woods, and second in the points at the end of this at the moment is Brendan Pingle off the 3rd row together, the series owner out of the 4th row, and he's got his son right behind him alongside Ben Walsh covering the front 5 rows. Back we go, Ryan Cochran and 18-year-old James Duckworth carrying one of our onboards here. Keep an eye out for him. Stevenson and John Reynolds, father of David, that is. Jeff Waters and Miskovich, who had the problems earlier getting into the side of Ruth Bowler's car. And over the page to Tucker, who was relegated to the back, courtesy of getting disqualified, unfortunately, for coming in underweight. So it's the age-old question about slipstream racing. If you're coming out of that hairpin on the last lap and it's nose to tail, first and second, would you rather be the leader or would you rather be second?
Well, I think you'd actually rather be third, to be honest. You know, like you actually get a massive slipstream with these cars and you'll just see them peel out, you know, and you don't want to actually come onto the straight right on the guy's rear bumper. You actually want to have a 2 or 3 car length gap so you can get your momentum up in the slipstream behind the car in front and slingshot your way past down the straight. And, you know, you can imagine the second guy behind the lead guy who's pushing the air, he's getting a good tow, but the guy behind that is getting a tow from both of them. So that's when you see these things peel out 2, 3 and even 4 wide down the straight. So it's going to be really exciting.
I hope that's the kind of show that we're about to get treated to. We see some pretty special slipstream racing at Bathurst when they go firing down Mountain Straight and also Conrod Straight.
I still don't know if I'd really want to be in one of these cars 4 wide doing 230 k's an hour, you know.
You have to be brave.
Absolutely.
So there's the pole sitter Gowans. And like we said earlier, it was 5 years ago that he won that championship, but he's proving that he's still fast. Has been doing some Pro-Am racing in Porsche Carrera Cup and was getting busy in that series at Phillip Island last year. And now he's back in familiar ground, some little Aussie racing cars, but needs to make sure that he gets a good start or Adam Ubergang will have that race lead. It's only 180 metres from the front row towards turn 1. You made the best of your starts on the front row, although it was a rolling start early today in TCM.
Yep. No, we were, you know, it was good to get everybody through the first couple of corners nice and clean and we can have a nice race. So, you know, obviously rolling start's a little bit different. Haven't done one for a long time, so it was good to be able to get a good one in the bank first up, but obviously standing start here.
Well, you did a rolling start at Clipsal, but that didn't go so well.
No, it didn't go so well. Well, I got to turn 2 and that was about it.
Yeah.
So
not your fault,
unfortunately. But you know, it was good to get that away today, and this will be different. You know, these cars are a lot smaller, but
here we go.
More room.
Lights are out, and away go the Aussie racing cars. Great start, Gowans. He comes across and takes that race lead away from Adam Ubergang. Flack will go side by side with the defending champ. He'll take 3rd spot. As everyone finds their own little bit of room, and that's a fairly light start for the Aussie racing cars.
The track looks wide there with these cars going through 2, 3 wide. It's actually quite narrow, so...
Symmons Plains has never
there's a
looked so
lock-up
big.
in the background. Who was that?
Oh, I think Ubergang might have actually pinched the right front on approach down there. Lucky to get away with it on cold tyres. He hangs on to second. We fire out of the bowl and down towards this long sweep. And look at Brendan Pingle. 1st and 2nd in the championship last year. They're 4th and 5th on the racetrack, and Pingle fancies his chances here as he closes up behind the Styx Camaro. Can he throw it down the left-hand side?
Oh, a little squirmy under brakes there. But now these guys now, if they start fighting, there's a big late dive here on the inside.
That's Miskovich going nicely up the inside.
He's picked up quite a lot of spots in this first opening part to this race.
So he moves up to 13th. He started back in 16th, so picking up 3 into 1 lap's pretty impressive. Under the bridge in the beginning of lap 2. It's still Gowans, your race leader, from Ubergang and Flack, exactly how they qualified right now.
Gowans at the moment will be hoping these guys behind start fighting. He'll be hoping Flacky here has a go at Ubergang on the inside. He doesn't. If he starts to do that, it could give Gowans that little bit of a break. So these guys have got to be smart now, work together, stay with Gowans so that they can actually have a chance of winning this race at the end.
I thought Chamberlain was going to get a ripper run out of the hairpin there, but you forget just how banked it is and how taking even the low line can still be quick. Here's James Duckworth. He's back in 11th position right now. He started in 12th, so he's only moved up once. Hard on the brakes. You notice the curbs in these cars.
Absolutely. You can just see how late he was braking there. He went well past the 200-metre marker where we brake in the Touring Car Masters cars. still on the throttle for another 50 metres, you know.
He's had a couple of wins across the off-season running the Legend cars at Sydney Speedway, running the high banks.
So now Flack's just dropped a little bit away here. Ubagang's right up on the back of Gowans, and Chamberlain down the outside.
Nice.
Of Flack. Oh, Gowans made a mistake there.
Well, Chamberlain couldn't quite make that move stick, so the mistake for Gowans means Ubergang closes. He's feeling the pressure. And then behind him, the battle for third is also really going off right now.
Look at the toe here. Chamberlain in the toe for Flack. Wanting to pull out under brakes. Flack just moving across. Flack good under brakes.
He did enough there to sit in the middle of the racetrack. It kind of deterred Chamberlain from having a big go. And Ubergang's really now starting to come on strong. He's all over the back of the race leader.
All over. He's up the inside coming into turn one.
This would be a great spot to make the move stick.
Oh, he's locked up the front right.
Oh. Pulls out of the move, and that means...
race.
Yeah, that now Flack has closed up to the front too. This is absolutely on.
Well, Ubergang and Gowans there having a race in their own. They actually had a little break on these two behind, or these three behind. Allowed them now to catch back up and make it a five-way dice for the lead of this race.
This is great stuff, Steve.
And you can see the gap that they've pulled on sixth back, which is Woods, Quinn, Benny Walsh.
So they've done a good job to drop the...
Look at Ubergang. Right, they're pushing him, bump drafting him down the straight.
The series leader. Could this be the move for the lead?
No.
He will think about it for another lap. This is good stuff. We're inside 90 minutes time. 1 hour 22, we'll go racing. V8 Supercars race 4, 25 short, sharp laps around Symmons Plains, and the action is absolutely on for race 1 of the Aussie racing cars this weekend. Oh, Flash backing it in.
A lot of rear brake bias in these cars. They're like very similar to a go-kart. A little bit more wheelbase to them, so they're a little bit easy control, but you know, you can lock up the rears and still be able to control it. You can hear under brakes here. Chamberlain nice and smooth under brakes. You don't hear any of that rear locking, rear chatter from the rear wheels. That's the best way to be, because if you start locking up those rear wheels, the tyres actually heat up, everything heats up, they start to go away towards the end. He's just starting to peel him back now under the slipstream. You can see it here, staying right in behind him. You can just hear him have a lift there, just a tiny little lift. Can't do it.
They're braking just slightly later than you are in Mustang Sally.
Just a little bit.
That is excellent. 3 out of this group in the front 5 have already won a race so far in 2015 over at Highlands. I'm talking about Ubergang, Chamberlain and Pingle. Flack and Gowans haven't won yet so far this year, and here's the battle going on further back. A couple of warring packs going on. This one's being led by Tony Quinn, who's jumped up in front of Woods.
Ben Walsh hits the inside curb there. Well, it's the outside, but it's actually the inside for turn 2.
So a couple of packs warring away. This is fantastic racing. Round 2 of their championship. Oh, Chamberlain had to throw up the anchors to avoid the back of Flack, and further back, Ken Quinn will go up the inside of Walsh. And is he going to give him some room? He does. Nice work, sportingly.
You can just see they've just dropped that little gap there. Walsh has to Woods in front of him. They need to work hard to get that back. As we see Ubergang here up the inside. Change for the lead. Gowans all over the shop. Under brakes there, locking up the rears, able to pull it back into second. Flack now back on the tail in third.
So Ubergang shows his hand and takes the lead.
Just puffing a little bit of smoke there. That left front tyre just touching the bodywork.
Oh, there goes Ken Quinn. Got his first spin for the weekend. And I wonder if that one was assisted, because he was in a fairly hefty battle pack fighting outside the top 5. Can Ubergang break up this pack? Can you get a mini breakaway going? Get away from the peloton, so to speak.
Flack and Chamberlain again, side by side.
Also evenly matched. So this is further back. Before Ken Quinn had his moment, that was the back of Walsh's car getting sideways and hitting the curb like you highlighted. He very nearly took out Craig Woods with him. And...
didn't look like there was a touch there. It just looked like he got a bit wide by himself. He might have actually gone down the inside. Gowan's back in the lead.
This is great stuff. So Gowans has wrestled the lead back off Ubergang. I wonder if Flack's got anything for the two front runners at the moment, or if he's only there simply because they're battling as he gets sideways, just like his teammate did. On board with the Shane Van Gisbergen Micro Machine lookalike. That is the Sticks racing car of Chamberlain, although it's a Camaro.
It's a Camaro.
Yep.
Same family.
It's American relative.
Let's see how we go here. Ubergang looked like it was quite quick down the straight. So let's see what he can do here again under brakes.
He's that perfect kind of 2 to 3 car lengths back that you mentioned.
Yep.
Let's see if he can close at speed and get that slingshot to go up the inside down at turn 6. Gowans wants the middle of the road. He's going to make that tiny car as wide as possible, and he'll cop a bump for doing so. Good stuff, good racecraft.
I think you'll find now these two will try to work together for a bit, although, I mean, there's only 2 laps to go, so you don't want to work together too much and come around here and see the checkered flag and run out of laps. So I think you'll see these guys now really start to throw it in and try to get that advantage coming into the last couple of laps now of the race. Oh, Flack just sideways.
Lifts that left front once again. Chamberlain really needs to get around Flack here if he wants to have a shot at winning this race. I'm not sure he can do it from 4 from the last lap. And now a little gap starts to build. I wonder if Ubergang actually wants to make this move stick, as now Chamberlain looks to the outside at turn 3, turn 4 I should say, full position 3, doesn't make it stick. 1.5 laps to go.
But they actually need to work together, Chamberlain and Flack, to try to get back to the back of Ubergang. You never know what's going to happen up there at front with him and Gowans.
Ooh.
They are trying to bump draft and just get a little bit of a gap so that I think Adam Ubergang can actually have a good crack on this last lap without getting
swallowed up
by the cars behind. Absolutely. So you can see that Flack's car just looks a little bit taily. So we'll see what Chamberlain can do on this last lap. Flack gets a good run out of there through turn 3. Chamberlain actually lost ground. Flack's away, trying to just edge up the back of Ubergang there, but you can see Ubergang down the outside of Gowans.
I don't think he actually wants to take the lead yet. He'll be wise and wait until turn 6. Now, he is in the key position, or is Flack in the key position, well, like you said?
He could be, you never know. Now, what does Gowans do here? Does he stay to the right and hug the inside through the sweeper? Does he stay to the left, so he's on the inside for the second last corner? Looks like he's doing... Oh, there's a touch!
At nearly 200 Ks, they come together, and Gowans gathers it back up. Ubergang will have the outside now if he wants it. He'll have to outbrake him and go the long way round. He's going to hang in there for all it's worth, but Gowans has a nose in front. Does he run him out of room at 7?
No.
This is a great
He's still
finish.
there. This is going to be close. Ubergang's got it. He's driven around the outside of him.
Are you serious? Around the outside, and a thumbs up out the window because he knew that he gave him some racing room.
Absolutely. Adam could have easily pushed him off there and driven him off to the track out on the outside of turn 6 and 7, but fantastic racing. That's what you want to see. You want to see finishes like that. Flacky just wasn't close enough at the end there to just capitalise on maybe giving Gowans a bump draft pass and get himself up into second spot. So Chamberlain just lost out coming out of turn 2 there on the last lap. 4 or 5 car lengths. Let's see if we've got a replay down the straight.
I don't think they intended to make contact there.
No, you saw Ubergang really wanting to go outside on the sweeper, which is actually inside for this last corner, but he didn't need to do it. He went around the outside.
How good is that? I mean, no one saw that coming. We were all thinking it was going to be the dive bomb up the inside at turn 6. At turn 6, in the end, he just drives right around the outside. Congratulations, Adam Ubergang. He becomes the first repeat winner for 2015, following up his win at race 4 at Highlands, and by just 54 thousandths, he takes that win. 1 second covering the top 5. Tony Quinn bringing car 100 home, the first of that other battle pack that was warring away further down the field, but that was all about the front 5, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You know, it was such a close race.